In this podcast episode, Catherine Austin Fitts, a former Assistant Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, shares her insights on a range of pressing topics, including the role of bankers in shaping global policies, the existence of secret underground bases, and the looming threat of an extinction event. Fitts begins by discussing the influence of bankers on the global economy and governance structures. She argues that the central banking system has evolved into a powerful entity that operates largely outside the purview of democratic accountability. This system, she explains, has been designed to manage the population and maintain control over economic resources. Fitts highlights the historical context of this development, tracing it back to the establishment of the Federal Reserve in 1913, which she believes marked the beginning of a shift in power dynamics away from elected officials to financial institutions. Fitts emphasizes that the current financial system is not merely a tool for economic management, but a mechanism for social control. She points out that the central banks have the ability to dictate monetary policy, which in turn affects fiscal policy and the overall economic landscape. This concentration of power, she argues, has led to a situation where the majority of the population is becoming increasingly impoverished, while a small elite continues to amass wealth and influence. The implications of this shift are profound, as it raises questions about the future of democracy and the ability of citizens to effect change. As the conversation progresses, Fitts introduces the concept of a control grid, which she describes as a system designed to monitor and manage the population's economic activities. She argues that this grid is being constructed to facilitate a transition to a lower economic footprint for the majority of people. The idea is that by exerting control over financial resources, authorities can guide societal behavior and limit individual freedoms. Fitts warns that this control is not just about economic management, it is also about shaping the very fabric of society. Fitts elaborates on the mechanisms of this control grid, suggesting that it relies heavily on digital currency and surveillance technologies. She posits that the integration of these systems will lead to a form of digital concentration camp, where individuals are monitored and influenced on a personal level. This level of control, she argues, is unprecedented and poses significant risks to personal freedoms and privacy. The implications of such a system are alarming, as it could lead to a society where dissent is stifled and individuals are punished for non-compliance. One of the more intriguing topics Fitts addresses is the existence of secret underground bases and infrastructure. She suggests that these facilities have been constructed in anticipation of potential catastrophic events, including natural disasters or geopolitical conflicts. Fitts speculates that if the powers that be are concerned about a near-extinction event, they would invest in creating secure locations to protect themselves and their interests. Fitts provides insights into the scale and scope of these underground facilities, estimating that there are approximately 170 such bases in the United States alone, connected by a network of transportation systems. She raises questions about the purpose of these bases, suggesting that they may serve as hubs for elite survival in the event of societal collapse. The existence of these facilities raises ethical concerns about the priorities of those in power and their willingness to invest in their own security while neglecting the needs of the broader population. The discussion takes a darker turn as Fitts addresses the potential for an extinction event. She argues that the current trajectory of environmental degradation, coupled with the mismanagement of resources, could lead to catastrophic consequences for humanity. Fitts emphasizes that the risks associated with climate change and other environmental factors are real and should not be dismissed. She suggests that the elite's focus on control and surveillance may stem from a recognition of these impending threats. Fitts also highlights the importance of community resilience in the face of such challenges. She believes that individuals and communities must take proactive steps to prepare for potential crises, whether they be environmental, economic, or social in nature. By fostering strong local networks and investing in sustainable practices, communities can better withstand the pressures of a rapidly changing world. Fitts encourages listeners to consider their role in building a more resilient future, emphasizing that collective action is essential for survival. As the conversation continues, Fitz delves into the ongoing transition to digital currency and its implications for society. She argues that this shift is not merely a technological advancement, but a fundamental change in the way money is understood and utilized. Digital currencies, she explains, offer unprecedented opportunities for surveillance and control, allowing authorities to monitor transactions and influence behavior on an individual level. Fitz warns that the integration of digital currencies into the financial system could lead to a loss of personal autonomy. She suggests that if individuals are not careful, they may find themselves trapped in a system where their financial choices are dictated by external forces. The potential for abuse is significant, as those in power could use digital currencies to enforce compliance and punish dissent. Fitz urges listeners to be vigilant and to consider the long-term consequences of embracing digital currencies without fully understanding their implications. Fitz also discusses the role of artificial intelligence, AI, in shaping the future of society. She argues that AI has the potential to revolutionize various aspects of life, from healthcare to finance, but it also poses significant risks. The ability to surveil and control individuals through AI technologies raises ethical concerns about privacy and autonomy. Fitz emphasizes that the integration of AI into everyday life must be approached with caution, as it could exacerbate existing inequalities and create new forms of oppression. Moreover, Fitz highlights the importance of understanding the motivations behind the development and deployment of AI technologies. She suggests that those in power may use AI to further entrench their control over the population, rather than to empower individuals. The implications of this are profound, as it raises questions about the future of work, education, and personal freedom. Fitz encourages listeners to engage in critical discussions about the role of AI in society and to advocate for ethical practices in its development. Throughout the podcast, Fitz emphasizes the importance of community and resilience in the face of adversity. She argues that individuals must come together to support one another and build strong networks that can withstand the pressures of a rapidly changing world. Fitz believes that by fostering a sense of community, people can create a buffer against the forces of control and manipulation that seek to divide and conquer. Fitz also highlights the need for individuals to take responsibility for their own well-being and that of their families. This includes making informed choices about health, education, and financial management. By prioritizing community engagement and personal empowerment, individuals can contribute to a more resilient society that is better equipped to navigate the challenges ahead. Fitz encourages listeners to take action and to invest in their communities, as this is essential for building a brighter future. In addition to community, Fitz discusses the role of spirituality in fostering resilience. She argues that a strong spiritual foundation can provide individuals with the strength and clarity needed to navigate difficult times. Fitz emphasizes that spirituality is not just about personal beliefs, but also about connecting with others and finding common ground. By embracing a shared sense of purpose and values, individuals can create a supportive environment that nurtures resilience. Fitz also suggests that spirituality can serve as a guiding force in the face of uncertainty. In a world where many feel lost or disillusioned, a strong spiritual connection can provide a sense of direction and hope. Fitz encourages listeners to explore their own spiritual beliefs and to consider how these beliefs can inform their actions and decisions. By cultivating a sense of spirituality, individuals can strengthen their resolve and contribute to a more resilient society. As the podcast draws to a close, Fitz reflects on the future of governance and society. She argues that the current system is unsustainable and that a fundamental shift is needed to create a more equitable and just world. Fitz believes that the key to this transformation lies in empowering individuals and communities to take control of their own destinies. By fostering a culture of collaboration and mutual support, society can move towards a more inclusive and resilient future. Fitz also emphasizes the importance of transparency and accountability in governance. She argues that individuals must demand greater transparency from their leaders and hold them accountable for their actions. By advocating for a more open and participatory political process, citizens can help to create a system that truly serves the needs of the people. Fitz encourages listeners to engage in the political process and to work towards building a better future for all.